Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Cardano chart and the Bitcoin chart. And yeah, to be honest, what a day for Cardano holders. I mean, it's looking really good. You know, we are moving up as expected, really, because as we moved through the 145 level, as I'm going to show you, we saw the boost, we saw the pump, we were moving up in an ascending triangle. Told you yesterday that I would expect a further move to the upside, and it's starting to look more and more interesting. There are a few concerning things here. I'm going to mention them in this video, but overall Cardano is doing finally what we've been waiting for. And I did say all the time, if you see Cardano turning around, it can go very quick, and it does. You know, 30% in the last 7 days is not bad for a top 10 crypto. Polkadot, by the way, doing something interesting as well, also roughly 30%, and Terra Luna as well. So Cardano in the last 7 days is now actually, you know, doing the same thing as Terra Luna. Obviously, Cardano is still far away from the all-time high, making it very, very interesting in my view. But let's start with, going into it. Before we go any further, I'd like to draw your attention, however, to Crypto.com, who have kindly sponsored this video. Crypto.com is the world's fastest growing crypto app. I use them as well. And you can now, if you want to use it, join 10 million users buying and selling over 200 cryptocurrencies at true cost. For example, Cardano as well. They do have a very attractive Crypto.com Visa card that I have as well. You can get up to 8% cashback depending on which card you get. And you can also grow your portfolio by receiving rewards on your crypto assets here on the app. You can just download it from the app stores, and you can choose your card if you're interested in that. If you use the ref link in the description and you sign up for one of these cards, we get a lot of benefits. Then both of us get a small bonus. So there are different cards here: the Ruby Steel, Indigo, Green, Gold, White, and Obsidian. They are metal cards, look pretty cool, and you can get all the rewards here if you decide to do it. Also, you get, if you stake your Crow to get this card, then you get these staking rewards plus any of the rewards that you can see here. For example, a Spotify cashback, Netflix cashback, Amazon Prime cashback discounts with Expedia, Airbnb, and other rewards as well. So find that really attractive. I also like Crypto.com because they do have a new NFT marketplace, and I started to look into NFTs more as well. If you want me to talk more on this channel about NFTs, let me know. But I think they're getting very attractive here, also with the NFT marketplace, and lots of interesting partnerships. So thank you. So with Bitcoin, just briefly, because Bitcoin is moving sideways, but that is what you oftentimes see when Bitcoin is moving sideways in these phases where actually Bitcoin is generally back in a short-term uptrend, but then moving sideways. And Bitcoin can't really push higher, then people are sort of losing a little bit of interest in Bitcoin, and they're moving their funds into altcoins. And you see these altcoins pumping. So it's another very short-term altcoin pump that we see here compared to Bitcoin, where Bitcoin was starting to lead the way here, out of this sort of misery here, this B wave here. Bitcoin started to move up. Altcoins weren't doing much, but then, you know, as Bitcoin then started to move sideways, money is flowing into these altcoins. So at the moment, Bitcoin is still moving sort of sideways here, back above the 13 and the 21-day EMA, but still below the 52K level. We need to see the next key level taken, which is the 52K level, to move further into this target area between 55 and 63K, after which then I would expect a price drop, a final sell-off, finishing this correction that we started actually back in April. So we came all the way down here impulsively in a wave A into July, then a move B to the upside, a larger scale move B, overshooting wave B, moving above the previous high. So that's called an overshooting wave B. The Phipps level worked out perfectly for an overshooting wave B, so that makes it very valid. And now we are in this larger wave C to the downside. Here you can see it down here, of which then you can split that again. And in my view, in these subwaves here, we are now in a green. You can see the green wave there, in a green wave B, and within that wave B, you have an A, B, C in white. And we are now in the wave C in white after we perfectly actually made this wave A to the upside, the wave B to the downside. Now, as expected, we're in this wave C. It doesn't look great, this move. It's not an impulsive move to the upside. This looks very highly corrective. Therefore, caution. No reason to become too bullish here, but certainly money can be made here. I did tell you when we started to move up here that, you know, it would be, if someone wants to go long here, certainly the opportunity, but then with a stop loss below 45K in my view. So that would have so far worked out. and we're moving further. And it will be very, very interesting to see here if we're actually going to turn around in this area. If not, and we go through here, I think the probability is quite low, but yeah, that is a possibility. So we need to be prepared for all scenarios, but I've kept this on the chart as it was since I started to talk about it. These are the levels that I expect, and we're going to see if this is actually going to work out. But also, as money is flowing into altcoins, we can see it for Cardano as well. And yesterday in my video, I showed you, or the last few days, I actually showed you here this the beginning move up from the low here at 120. We started to move up from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we had this ABC correction here. We then continued in a 1, 2, 3. I think we now have completed the 3. Peaked at 159, a bit higher than I did expect it, but it's not a problem. Yesterday I told you as well that we were moving here against this horizontal resistance line, the 145, 146 level, the 0.786 fib level, and that this was together with this ascending trend line here. And you can see how we adhered to this ascending trend line, that this was an ascending triangle. I would more likely expect it also to break to the upside. And we also see a bit of volume now coming in, which is important. You know, we see a bit of volume, not massive volume though, but we see volume increasing, which is healthy. More people paying attention to Cardano now. I gave you for this next wave here, actually this area here, I actually expected to come in at, but yeah, we actually did overshoot it. So I'll take that out, but we are currently moving up higher here. So what we see is also this move here from this wave 2. You see the white wave 2 to the wave 3, into a white wave 4, and then the white wave 5 here. Overall, however, within this, I think the white wave 5 hasn't been completed yet, because within this last move up, you would expect another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we've only seen here a 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly. I would expect a move 5 still to happen, and then having a bit of a more substantial ABC correction. But I think we could have another leg up from here potentially, but the direction is doing what it should be doing. You know, that the direction is doing what it should be doing. I think if I take the fibs from the last move here to the upside where we are now, so first of all, to that wave 3 top, you can see that we exactly came to the 1.272 extension level. Actually did overshoot it a little bit in that move up here. And I think we could potentially get here to the 168 level, the 1.618. That would be the next resistance level if we can move higher from here. In the short term, we might now see a retracement to 150. Yeah, this is also the previous high. Also here, where we would then probably find some support. Overall, if we extend the fibs to the last leg up here, yeah, you can see actually from here now, we came all the way up to 159.5, yeah, 160 actually. I think we did come all the way up to, so let me make that a bit. So there you go. And from here, you would expect now the price, yeah, I guess to retrace, but yeah, as I said, potentially to the 150 level here, 151, before we then could continue in our last leg to the upside here. And Cardano, to be honest, Cardano is doing what it should be doing finally. Cardano is finally moving, and we can better see it on the other ADA chart here, the Kraken chart. You know, in this area here between 181 and 145 originally, I expected a turnaround. As we moved down stronger, I did adjust it and show you also the 0.887 fib level, and this was at 125. In here, then we have seen a turnaround, and it is interesting. It is it's a very interesting turnaround, but is it substantial? Well, it is looking like that. And from the Cardano wave count, I mean, we could potentially have started the wave 3 to the upside now, which would be massive, which would take us to 450. People already ask, you know, is this now too late to buy in? Personally, longer term, I don't think so. Shorter term, we might see another correction coming in line with Bitcoin correction that I expect. Now, if you expect the same, if you think my wave count and everything would work out, and you think there could be something to it, then maybe don't get too euphoric now with Cardano. Yeah, I think in the short term we can move up higher. I think we could move now even to 175, maybe even 180, which is the 0.618 fib level. But then I think as Bitcoin then potentially reaches its own target area, I mean, it all depends on how quickly can Bitcoin now reach its own target area and then turn around from there to the lower target between 20 and 29K before it then again turns around and does an all-time high. And I think Cardano will follow that. At the moment, Cardano is outperforming Bitcoin, which is very interesting, which is what we want to see, which is what it should really be doing and should have been doing for a while now. We can see that here now on the ADABTC chart. Highly impressive here, what we see. So you have this massive turnaround, significant double bottom down here, moving up higher lows, higher highs, and we are now seriously turning around here. And this is the biggest pump on the ADABTC chart that we've seen for a long time. You know, these gains on the ADABTC chart we haven't really seen since the last here in this correction here, 19th of September. So it's been a while, and I think it could be the beginning of something really, really good that we've all been waiting for, because everything has really pointed towards it, but it has taken much longer. But even then, you know, it's still very early days. It's still sort of premature. So in my view, it's not too late to buy into Cardano, but everybody who's buying in now needs to expect that potentially Bitcoin, when it reaches the 55 to 63K level, will do another turnaround, which could then also drag Cardano down again. But the more, and that is so important with the ADA chart, if I just go back to the ADAUSD chart, if ADA is now moving up, the more ADA is now moving up, and I'll take these fibs out, they're just distracting. The more ADA is now moving up and can make significant gains now, it will only help the price when Bitcoin then drops once more, which is just what I expect. You can, you know, obviously have a different conclusion, but that would help then Cardano stay above $1, and staying above $1 is so crucial for Cardano, because if we drop with Bitcoin really into the 20 to 29K area, but Cardano maybe reaches a $2 level, potentially, or even 182, I think we could actually in that drop still hold above $1. And that would then be still a very, still would not invalidate that bullish wave count here for Cardano that I've been talking about for so long now. We've had this wave 1 here in May, a wave 2 down there, and we're now in this wave 3. But within the wave 3, we're actually in a wave 1 and 2 of a lower degree. And as soon as this wave 2 is completed, we are going to go to levels like 450 at least, yeah. And yeah, I mean, the wave 2, theoretically, we could have completed it now, you know, everything, all the fib levels, everything adhered to, you know, this is absolutely valid. We could have completed it now. We came deep enough into the target area, actually all the way to the lowest possible end, really. Yes, a $1 level would have been possible theoretically, but, you know, the lower you go, the more you increase the likelihood of a bearish outcome. But this could have already been the end of the wave 2 correction. And we could now already be in the wave 3. And then again, you know, it's all about the earlier you get in, the better, because the wave 3 is normally the most bullish wave. But just looking at my Bitcoin scenario, I would expect us to maybe do a bit of a run up now, get a final correction down before we then move up. You know, that is my expectation. But at the moment, these prices for Cardano still, you know, just like weeks back, nobody thought Cardano would drop below whatever, 180 or $2. But now obviously we are there. And these prices compared to where we were, that is 50% of the all-time high. It's just good, you know. And we see indicators pointing to the upside. You know, we had the MACD bullish divergence. So yeah, I mean, it's doing everything we've been talking about. This channel just took so much longer. And yeah, we just need to be prepared for one more final drop before we then move up, just in line with what Bitcoin is doing, you know. And that's pretty much the Cardano video. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.